Calgary Car Guy car review of the 2013 Mercedes-Benz B250. Thanks to Lonestar Mercedes-Benz for the test drive. I'm Zach. Don't let anybody fool you about this little car. It's a little car. Or is it a small SUV or a minivan? No, there's no way a luxury provider like Mercedes-Benz would build a minivan, would they? It's more of a minivan, or would they? Mercedes-Benz B250. It's a hatchback. I am not a big fan of hatchbacks, but with this car, I did consider buying one a few years ago, so I drove it a few years ago, and comparing it to the 2013 now, it has improved even from what it was before. Solid car, doesn't feel like a small car. When you look at the four-door hatches that are in this category, non-luxury, they're kind of tin candy. This car is not tin candy. Mercedes-Benz top down. This is not a minivan by any means, but it's not an SUV. It's still a car. I think I'm going to create my own category for this vehicle. LUV, luxury utility vehicle. It's a love. Oh, I should probably patent that before somebody steals it. Of course, you can add in the easy cliche of I love this vehicle, no doubt about it. Being an entry-level car, though, it's a little bit more affordable way to get into a Mercedes-Benz. You still get the beautiful styling of the Mercedes-Benz, of course, the badging and the interior. When it comes to the interior of this car, the dash is everything that Mercedes-Benz should be. The technology is a little bit simple, I find, which is good and bad. It's a lot easier to navigate your way through it. The screen here is easy for you to see, but at the same time, it is a little bit more simple than you would think for this particular car. I actually found it somewhat refreshing at times when you're driving down the road and you're not as distracted trying to find your radio station or connect your phone and all of those things. My only struggle with this car in particular is the little control knob down here. This is common in all Mercedes-Benz. It's handy and it's a great way to control your radio without having to reach around and do this whole thing and be distracted while you're driving, kind of like I am right now. But the simple fact is that the knob is in a place where it is extremely easy to bump. I found myself bumping the knob quite often. Take that for whatever it is to you. One of the best things, though, right next to the knob is a gigantic cup holder. The cup holder itself can fit your biggest morning coffee cup, and I have one rule with cars, well, I have a few rules. Must have a cup holder big enough and strong enough to hold your morning coffee. Think about it. You spend all this money on a car and it can't take your coffee with you? Hello? Some days, that's all you have to look forward to next to driving your car. Other notable great things about this car: massive sunroof, big panorama sunroof. Turning radius is really tight for urban driving if you're in the city. Parking, of course, being a smaller car is awesome. And the park assist is absolutely incredible. I mean, it's the strangest feeling in the world, letting your car park itself. One thing you need to remember about this car and all hatchbacks, because this is no exception unfortunately, with all this glass around you, no trunk and those back seats to make it quieter, road noise is always a problem. It's just that simple. With all this glass, it's a little bit louder. With the Mercedes-Benz, it's a whole lot quieter than you're going to get without the luxury car. The simple fact is, you better get used to the fact that this kind of car is a little bit louder than your typical sedan that's going to have the trunk. It's just kind of the way it goes. This Lonestar Mercedes-Benz B250 2013 has a sport package on it, low-profile wheels, bigger rims, which you can see in some of the photos on the CalgaryCarGuy.com website. But the simple fact is, the styling of it is sporty and fun. Even if you have to be a parent driving around kids or whatever, you're still going to feel like you're driving yourself a nice car, which is something that you typically give up with a hatchback, is that extra nice styling that makes you feel like you're actually proud of your vehicle. There's lots of room in this car. Kids have lots of room in the back, and the hatch is big enough to follow the other rules that I have, which do include, will it fit a hockey bag, can it fit your golf clubs, and can you put your groceries in the back and drive home without them falling all over each other and crushing your bread. I know it sounds silly, but if your car is not going to do the things that you need it to do, what's the point in having the car? This kind of car is an urban utility vehicle style. You're going to use it. It needs to be able to give you what you need, right? 5-point inspection, Mercedes-Benz 2013 B250. Small, fun to drive, and easy to park in the city, especially with the park assist, number one. Number two, lots of space for everybody, hockey bags, golf clubs, everything else. Number three, styling is incredible. I am a little surprised that I would say that about a hatchback, but it's true. The styling is fantastic for this car. Number four, price point getting into it, Depends, of course, where you're buying it. The simple fact of the matter is, it is a starter car for Mercedes-Benz. It's affordable to get into. If you want to add a little bit of class to your everyday running around, this is the car to do it. Number 5, Eco Drive. Switch between Sport Drive and Eco Drive. Of course, Eco Drive saves gas. Sport Drive makes this very fast. In fact, this car is so fast, I'm a little afraid I'm going to get a speeding ticket when I'm driving. But then again, if you give that one up, you probably should never really admit it, because if you love the car, you're going to want to drive it. In sport mode, oh my goodness, if you just drive this car and put it in sport mode, you will fall in love with it without a doubt. The fastest hatch that you're going to find, in my opinion, in this class. Thanks for visiting CalgaryCarGuy.com. 2013 Mercedes-Benz B250. Check in regularly for more updates. Remember, just trying to give you a lifestyle review of the car, because anybody can tell you how fast it goes, how much torque it has, and how cool it is according to the ratings. It's just that simple. I want to give you a little life perspective. I appreciate you tuning in.